Hi there and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Martin Odegaard says 24-year-old Arsenal teammate is absolutely brilliant. Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard has now been praising one of his teammates ahead of Tuesday's monumental meeting with Bayern Munich. Arsenal will need all of their stars at their best to overcome Bayern in the two legs. And as well as their captain Martin Odegaard, Arsenal will also need to turn to Kai Havertz once again. In a monumental turnaround, Kai Havertz is now one of Mikel Arteta's most important players, rarely missing a minute. And following the 3-0 win against Brighton and Hove Albion on Saturday, Martin Odegaard was extremely complimentary of the German. Odegaard was speaking about the Bayern clash with NBC Sports and then hailed the role Havertz is now playing for Arsenal. He said, "We saw it straight away, the quality he had. It wasn't just about getting it out. You can really see that now and how much he is giving to the team, and not just with goals and assists, but in the play in general. He is a brilliant player." Of course, it speaks volumes that there is almost no debate regarding Havertz starting as Arsenal's striker against Bayern. Gabriel Jesus will either be on the wing or on the bench. Such is the German's strong position right now, a player who is improving the performance of those around him. Perhaps there is a bit more debate over the left wing spot, with both Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard also vying for the role. But whichever way Arteta decides to go, it's clear that his Arsenal squad is brimming with talent right now. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Rio Ferdinand suggested that Havertz deserves all kinds of plaudits for the way he has silenced his doubters. He said, "Shout out to Kai Havertz. Some of the fan base that he signed for didn't even want him, wanted him out. He said, 'Do you know what? You are going to have him. You are going to have to respect me,' and he is doing his thing. Respect to him." Alan Shearer and Gary Lineker slammed £50 million Arsenal player after embarrassing moment versus Brighton. Speaking on the rest is football, Alan Shearer reacted to the incident involving White and Estupinian. The Newcastle United legend said, "What a joke that was." Gary Lineker agreed and said, "What I don't understand, play acting I don't like, I never have, I don't get it. I don't know why players do it, but particularly now, when you have so many cameras in the ground and you have got VAR that are there anyway, that would look at it if you made someone get a red card. Do you not think to yourself that's a bit embarrassing doing that? And Ben White is not the only one doing it. There are lots of players doing it, but I just think to myself, why would you bring that on yourself?" Shearer said, "It was embarrassing, very, very embarrassing." Despite the incident that led to criticism of White, the £50 million defender put in yet another solid showing at right back. Declan Rice recently lauded the Englishman as unbelievable, and White has become a dependable player for Arteta. At Brighton on Saturday, he picked up a 7.11 match rating from WhoScored as he won 100% of his aerial duels and one tackle on the day. Arsenal schedule talks to extend and former player's contract. Arsenal are reportedly set to hold talks with Leandro Trossard over extending his contract after a superb start to life at the Emirates Stadium since his transfer from Brighton almost a year and a half ago. The Belgium international has been a big hit for the Gunners, scoring 13 goals in all competitions since joining, despite not always being an automatic starter, while he's also chipped in with a few assists from time to time as well. Despite not being the youngest in this Arsenal squad, Trossard, 29, could now be set to land himself an extension to his current deal, potentially keeping him at the club until 2027, with the option of a further season, according to Football Transfers. It will be interesting to see if we see further developments on this soon, but Arsenal fans will certainly be hopeful that Trossard can become the next big name at the club to sign a new deal, following stars such as Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, William Saliba, and Ben White also doing so at points this season. It's surreal to think that Arsenal probably ended up signing Trossard as a Plan B option last year, with the former Brighton man only joining the North Londoners after their failed pursuit of Mikhailo Mudryk. As noted by Ian News in a report last season, Trossard was something of an afterthought for Arsenal in that 2023 winter window when Mudryk was the top target before he ended up going to Chelsea instead, but few Gunners would swap them now. Mikel Arteta so often tends to improve players when he works with them, and Trossard is another who has surpassed expectations, even if he already looked a very decent player at Brighton, just not perhaps one you'd expect to be an instant hit at a top 6 club. Martin Odegaard believes Arsenal should not fear a quality Bayern Munich star ahead of Champions League clash. The Champions League returns this week, and the first games of the quarter-finals see Arsenal host Bayern Munich at the Emirates Stadium, with captain Martin Odegaard believing that the Gunners should not fear Harry Kane. The former Tottenham star made the move to Germany last summer and has produced incredible numbers for the Bundesliga club, highlighting why he is one of the best strikers in the world. Across 37 games, the 30-year-old has scored 38 goals alongside a further 12 assists. These are incredible numbers, and the Englishman knows his way towards an Arsenal goal, as he has been known to contribute when facing the Gunners in the past. Kane has netted 14 times and assisted 3 goals across 19 games against the North London club, but Odegaard believes Arsenal should not fear the former Tottenham man. When speaking about Kane ahead of facing the England striker on Tuesday night, Odegaard said via the Daily Mail, "He is a good player, of course, and I have played against him a few times. We know the quality he has in the box, and he is also good in the link-up. We are facing a good team on Tuesday." When asked about whether Arsenal should fear Kane, the Gunners captain added, "I think we should respect him, but I don't think we should fear anyone, and we should focus on ourselves and the quality we have in our team, and that's all." Arsenal come into the match in incredible form and will be seen as the favourites to advance to the semi-finals of the Champions League. On the other hand, Bayern Munich collapsed against Heidenheim on Saturday, but the German giants should not be ruled out in Europe's biggest competition. Major Bayern Munich star set to return for Arsenal clash on Tuesday. Bayern Munich captain Manuel Neuer is on course to feature in the German Giants Champions League clash with Arsenal on Tuesday after missing recent games through injury. The goalkeeper was absent for Bayern's last 2 matches, in which they lost both to Borussia Dortmund and Heidenheim. The 38-year-old was sidelined with an adductor injury, but looks ready to return for the Bundesliga club's Champions League trip to Arsenal on Tuesday night. No official decision on whether Neuer will play has been made yet, but the German international trained on Sunday and will train again today to convince Thomas Tuchel to start him against the Gunners, reports the Metro. The Bayern Munich captain is a crucial member of the German club's squad, and although the Bundesliga outfit are underdogs heading into the Champions League tie with Arsenal, the veterans' return will give them a small boost. Although Neuer's return will be welcomed by Tuchel, the German coach still has other injuries to worry about. Coman, Sané, Pavlovic and Mizraoui could all miss the trip to London this week, and the absence of the first 2 names could be crucial. Nevertheless, even if Bayern had a full-fit squad to choose from, the German club have been woeful this season and are up against it, facing an Arsenal team in top form. Mikel Arteta will be confident that his men will come through the tie over the 2 legs, and if they do that, they will set up a mouth-watering semi-final tie, either their Premier League title rivals Man City or European Kings Real Madrid. £60 million star likely to leave a Premier League club this summer amid Arsenal interest in January. Arsenal have received a boost ahead of the summer transfer window as it's being reported that Everton star Amadou Onana is likely to leave the club this summer. That's according to Football Insider, who states that the Toffees will look for between 50 to 60 million pound for the 22-year-old as they look to make a profit of the midfielder. Onana joined the Premier League club in 2022 as part of a £33 million deal with League One side Lille, and he has grown to become one of Everton's best players, which has attracted interest from several Premier League clubs. Arsenal were linked with the Belgian star in January, while Chelsea, Newcastle, Manchester United and Barcelona were other clubs said to be interested, reported the Standard. Midfield is one area of the pitch the Gunners will look to add quality to this summer, but they won't want to spend a huge sum of money as their priority is a new number 9. £50 million is a reasonable price to pay for Onana, and it's money Everton need to help with their financial issues. Everton are under major pressure to balance their books after registering £89.1 million of losses for the 22-23 season in their recent accounts 31 March. The numbers for the seasons must be submitted by 30 June, which means the Merseyside club will have to sanction departures before this date for them to register in their 23-24 numbers. The Toffees have already been hit with a 6-point deduction this season for breaching the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules, and today they have received 2-point deduction. It's not a healthy situation Everton find themselves in, and it could benefit clubs such as Arsenal, who could make a move for Onana ahead of the 24-25 campaign. Internal talks soon to decide future of star linked with Arsenal transfer, says expert. Transfer news expert Fabrizio Romano has responded to the recent Arsenal transfer rumors involving a possible interest in highly rated young Barcelona defender Mikayil Faye. The Senegal international has attracted a lot of headlines lately, with Man United also linked strongly as suitors for him, and a report from Mondo Deportivo, as cited and translated by Sport Witness. Arsenal are the latest name to come up, and Romano seems to admit that there could be a decision for Barca to make soon, with internal talks to take place before the summer about Faye's future at the club. Speaking exclusively to Count Offside for his latest daily briefing column, Romano provided an update on the situation, playing down specific links with the Gunners, whilst also making it clear that there are no talks going on with other clubs at the moment. He said, "There have been reports linking Mikayil Faye with Arsenal, but I'm not aware of negotiations or talks with Arsenal at this stage. Several clubs are monitoring him. He's a potential big talent, but first of all, it's Barcelona who have to decide what they want to do with Faye, keep him with first team, sell for big money." He added, "Internal talks will follow in May. No negotiations are taking place with other clubs now." Arsenal fans will surely be keeping an eye on the situation. However, as it looks like Faye is a player with a big future who could be a good fit at the Emirates Stadium if he does end up becoming available. Arsenal already have plenty of depth in defense after strong seasons from the like of William Saliba, Magalhaes, Ben White and Jakub Kiwior, but there is always room for more depth, and Faye could be a fine long-term investment for the North London Giants. Arsenal and Chelsea monitoring €50 million rated forward with 12 goals this season. Arsenal and Chelsea have been linked with a move for the RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko. According to journalist Rudy Galetti, the two Premier League clubs are monitoring the 20-year-old striker situation, and it will be interesting to see if they come forward with an official offer to sign him at the end of the season. Sesko has a €50 million release clause, and its contract, and it's fair to assume that Arsenal and Chelsea will have to pay up if they want to secure his services. Sesko has a long-term contract with the German club, and they are under no pressure to sell him in the summer. The Slovenian striker is highly rated across Europe, and he has 12 goals in all competitions this season. He could develop into a top-class goal scorer with the right guidance, and a move to Arsenal or Chelsea would be a massive opportunity for him. Regular football in the Premier League could accelerate his development, and it remains to be seen where he ends up. Arsenal need a quality striker to share the goal-scoring burden with Gabriel Jesus. The Brazilian has found the back of the net just 8 times in all competitions this season, and Arsenal need more quality in the attack. Chelsea have not been able to get the best out of Nicolas Jackson either, and they will need to bring in an upgrade. Both teams need to prioritize the signing of a quality striker in the summer, and the 20-year-old Bundesliga striker certainly fits the profile. Sesko could develop into a long-term asset for the two clubs, and the striker has the potential to justify the 50 million euros investment in the long run as well. Mauricio Pochettino and Mikel Arteta have done well to nurture young players over the years, and they could help the Slovenian improve further. As we wrap up today's Arsenal news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.